Welcome back to the Sports Source. This segment brought to you by Elkmont Station. Maybe the most festive atmosphere of all Knoxville restaurants. Just a great place to go this holiday season. Get down there, check them out. And they're constantly adding new menu items, new craft cocktails. It's really great stuff. If you know any of Kirby Smith's restaurants, like Scrambled Jake's, this is another one in his chain. Just fantastic stuff. Elkmont Station. If you aren't headed to Neyland Stadium next Saturday, call ahead, get yourself a table. Check out Elkmont Station off Campbell Station Road. It's a great place to be on Saturday for all the games. ElkmontStationKnox.com to learn more. Crafty food and drink, Elkmont Station. All right, we got some crafty guys we were bringing in. Last two members of the panel right down here. VFL Daniel Hood, thanks for being with us. VFL Sterling Henton, thank you for joining us.
I'll be here, John P.
You texted me at halftime. We were about to blow them out.
That's right. I sure did. I felt it, baby. But I was wrong sometimes.
No luck. Occasionally. Although you're doing pretty good still in the picks contest. We'll show that a little later.
They put me in, Coach.
All right. This is a segment we call the Stowell Train. I'll just let you take it away. What are you doing today?
Well, I mean, Well, that's all right because there's and you can't go 1A, 1B, 1C, 1D, 1E because who is the worst performance? And I would even throw in maybe you could ask about the coaches, but for me, and I'll ask my VFLs. One group, which one really performed the worst? And so you got a lot of good choices. I'm going to have to go with the linebackers, the Tennessee linebackers, because the front did okay, but they just were soft. They were retreating a lot. They weren't coming up and filling the hole. They weren't stopping Schrader when they had a chance to get on. They were out of position quite a bit. And so for me, I think that kind of continued to lead to the problems that they had as far as just being able to stop Missouri. So I'm going to go with the linebackers.
All right, he goes linebackers.
I would stay with linebackers clearly was the worst position, I thought, all day. Yeah. Getting washed in the zone plays, the cutbacks they weren't ready for, they were over pursuing at certain times. You saw on the pass play, Elijah Herring trying to cover the running back, gets well out of position, then just watches the guy run by him. I just thought the linebackers had the absolute worst day. I don't think there's any doubt. We had to grade them. They are failing well below the rest of the class. Defensive line, I didn't think was great on the zone as well. James Pierce, you kind of see why at first of the year he was only the pass rush guy, because when they really said, okay, let's put a tackle on him, he gets walked out of there pretty quickly. So I think overall it has to be the linebackers first, and then it starts going to my edge players not setting the edge on run game in that zone. I'd say that comes my second set.
Sterling, Daniel, who goes next?
I want to take the offensive line because I thought the first quarter you had the defenses out there for a 9-10 minute drive, and they're out there because you had an offensive line that went 3 and out to start it out. You have a running game that's been averaging 250 yards a game, and you come out and put up 10 to 30 yards, I think, in the first half. I think the offensive line needed to do a better job to help keep the defensive off the field.
I was going to go with the linebackers, but since everybody else said linebackers, we'll go with my next position. The kicker. You got to make that kick at the end of the game, baby. You got to make that kick. Come on, you got to stay stretching. You got to be ready to make the points, baby.
No, not taking that.
It's a group.
I should have known.
It's a group. That's where I'm at.
No, where else are you going?
I was going linebackers, but that's where I'm going after that.
Linebackers.
Everybody said linebackers. The kicker. Take the kick, baby. Come on.
Our best player was our punter.
Yes.
He did a great job.
Anybody else? Who'd you go with? So we got linebackers, we got offensive line, we got kicker. It's funny. I got a lot of texts and emails about Joe Milton. I didn't think it was his word. I thought from a passing perspective, he was actually more decisive for the first 3 quarters. I thought it went south there in the fourth quarter. But I didn't think he was your biggest problem yesterday. He didn't run the ball, though. Running the ball was the issue. Brady Cook's legs versus Joe Milton's legs, that was a mismatch.
And he was indecisive in running the ball. He hesitated. Yes. He did I could go, but I stopped, and then he got sacked, basically, right? So it was just, there was none of that aggressive, got to go, make the decision, put your foot in the ground and move forward. He was back to the
He looks like he doesn't want to run. You go back to the play where we had to replay it and see, well, he's got a toe back over the line, so it's not past the line of scrimmage. You're a tank. Go. Just go. He's still looking. Get rid of it. It's like, God, for God's sakes, run the football. And give him Cam Newton tape.
Yeah.
Put your arm out. You're bigger than anybody on the field. Put your arm out. Stiff arm somebody instead of looking at a defensive back and sliding, going down.
So somebody texted you in the second or third quarter and said he's regressed or he's gone back to what he was. I mean,
somebody did.
Yeah, I don't know who it was.
Somebody did that.
Somebody texted you, and also I texted you.
Yeah, it was Will Overstreet.
I also texted you what I wanted for lunch, but I guess that's not going to work out either. But he regressed. But I think the one caveat too is I think we got way out coached. We did not throw in our A game coaching, and so I put them right up there with the players' performance because they didn't set them up to be successful. And then they had some things we hadn't seen before. Fucking pull them off the sidelines and tell them what to do and how to adjust. And I mean, Sterling knows, man, when you come off the sidelines, you're getting a lot of this because you haven't adjusted, or why haven't you? I see this, you see this. How come you done it? So I would put them up. They didn't do a good job.
Daniel, I'll let you wrap up. Your thoughts on any other group or coaching? Do you want to go there?
Yeah, I mean, there's a trend this season that Josh Heupel's offense, some of his decision making, is questionable. I think the fourth downs, Tennessee's almost last in the country in that, and this is another offensive performance that's not been good this year. You had Texas A&M, you had Austin Peay, which I didn't think was a good one. You got Missouri now. It's like there's something that's happening on the offense, and I wonder what it is because I don't know right now.
Next year's going to tell us a lot.
Yeah.
Next year, how much of this is? I mean, one, you're going to have a different quarterback, but what is your receiving core next year? Because I think those two things have both hindered you at times this year. Next year's going to tell us a whole lot. All right, when we come back, I saw your hand. You got one more thing.
Well, I was just like your receiving core. You've not had it stay healthy in any season under.
Not having proven, sir.
All right, when we come back, I heard the music start. We can start it now. There we go. When we come back, how much of a role did the final touchdown of last year's game play in the outcome of yesterday's game? We'll talk about coonskin caps, and I'll show you what Elijah Drinkowitz said after the game. It was a lot. Come on back.